Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade, at the Spiritual Business Success, at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. Do you know what? I'm a little bit distracted today. Let me try and remove these destinations. Crazy again. But we're going to be good. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. It's Saturday. It's Spiritual Freedom Saturday. We're going to be talking about following your soul guidance and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. And I didn't come on last Saturday, and I want to talk about following your soul guidance. We're just going to go for it today. So, how about that? All right, following your soul guidance. Have you been following your soul guidance as a light worker, as a spiritual entrepreneur, as a service-based business owner? Have you? Let me just see. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Hopefully we are live. We're live everywhere. We're live on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube channel. We're live in the Soul Legacy Academy, my online teaching portal. We're live on Twitter, Facebook. We're not live on LinkedIn because it gets a bit wonky. All right. So today is Saturday. I think it's the last Saturday in January 2024 already. It's crazy. The year has gone a whole 1 month of the year already. Like, it's crazy. So how's 2024 been for you? How are you feeling? So on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, I talk about spiritual business success, and I talk about on Saturdays following your soul guidance and following that with ease, grace, and flow, and meaning bringing the essence of spiritual business success, spirituality, into all of the 7 areas in your life, which are contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom. Hey, let me know where you're watching from. Emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom, right? So Saturdays we talk about, thank you for the love. I really do appreciate you. Saturdays is soul guidance, and following that soul guidance and actually bringing your soul into business. Like, everything that I talk about has the word soul in it. And I really realized that I was following my soul guidance a few years ago when I realized, I think it was on a webinar, it might have been on my first ever masterclass, and I was like, everything that I do has the word soul. I had the Soul Speakers Academy. Now I've got the Soul Legacy Academy. I have the Soul Legacy movement. I did have the Soul Income Injection movement. I had what else have I got? I've got the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. I've got the Soul Legacy Journal. I've got the Soul Legacy Academy. I've got the Soul Legacy TV. Everything says soul. And so I believe that we come to experience our soul. Obviously, our souls are having a human experience on the earthly plane, right? And for me, I want to leave my legacy, and I call it a soul legacy. And for me, that looks and feels a certain way. I have a certain vision. So how do you feel about expressing your soul legacy? How do you feel about following your soul guidance? And is it working for you in every area of your life? So as I talk about intentional living at the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast and the 7 Freedoms is short for an acronym, which I call the Intentional Living Codes. Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency. Cheers with a C, HEERSF, for each of these 7 areas, which I'll go over and go through. But in essence, living intentionally for me is following that guidance, and living intentionally is like that spiritual practice for me on a daily basis. And so I bring and reflect every single day. This is my journaling practice. What's going on for me? I'd love to know what's going on for you, how you feel in terms of that soul guidance, and whether you feel like you're in ease, grace, and flow for doing your soul work in the world as you contribute. If you feel in ease, grace, and flow following your guidance in terms of your health, if you feel, so you get the theme, we bring we check in and merge the 2 areas. You feel in ease, grace, and flow with your emotions. And we know that what we think and what we feel and what is in our energy field and our energy system is going to transpire in the physical, right? So the emotional freedom, which we talk about on Wednesdays, is the biggest of them all because it connects everything. And so on a Saturday, we just get to reflect on that. And the book that do you know what? I don't even know what the title is of the book that I was listening to. It wasn't The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. It was The Heart of the Soul, I think, by Gary Zukav. I haven't listened to that much. And I was walking while I was listening to it. And basically, everything that they were saying was about emotions and pain and emotions in terms of not allowing the external, whether you feel happy, sad, what have your external circumstances, to be attached to that experience and have that push and pull you, which I talk about every single day. And then your spirituality, obviously, for your environment, like how you feel, energy, right? How you feel. And then for your relationships, the connections, soul to soul conversations that you've had. When you look back on this last week, have you been following your soul guidance to meet the people that are coming into your life? How have they come into your life? Are you forcing things? Are you letting go of anything? How are they showing up? When you think of your guidance, your spiritual practice, how connected do you feel to your higher self, guides, angel, whatever that is, right? Like, just that thing that you can't see, the energy that you can't see. And for your finances, how in Ease Grace Flow do you feel? Do you feel like you're provided for every time you need anything? It shows up. Are you contributing in the world and receiving the financial freedom? Like, how in Ease Grace and Flow do you feel? For me, I would say 11. I feel in 11, we rate between a 1 and 11. If you're familiar with me, you'll know that. And there's a reason for that. And I talk about this more so and go in depth on my Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, because when we get clear on each area of our life, let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Thank you for joining me. When we get clear on who we are and what it is that we want to experience, we have this clear vision. And then the idea is to match vibrationally to where it is that we want to be, like what it is that we want to experience. And sometimes that's a journey in and of itself, right? And so if we're in alignment with our values, usually we feel good. And if we're progressing, usually we feel good. I would say right now in this moment, I'm not, one of my soul sisters said to me, like, what's the matter? Like, you're not high vibing, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm feeling a feeling of impatience. And I'm like, I'm still like, great, I'm good, but I'm feeling a feeling of impatience. And I'm trying not to be attached to that feeling of impatience. So yeah, that's the truth. But it's not that I haven't been led and I'm not guided. And I'll tell you why I'm feeling a feeling of impatience soon. And so I'm feeling a feeling of impatience because I've got a date in a couple of hours and I really want to go now. So I'm like, I've decided to work and record today, and that kind of, I was distracted and I was just like, yeah, I just like to go now. So that feeling of impatience is not like the norm for me. So it feels a bit weird, but I'm going to feel the feeling anyway. I'm excited, but I'm just neutral, actually. I'm not like super excited. I kind of would like to know how it's already gone. And I'm not had the experience, so it's a bit weird. Anyway, so how clear are you on your vision for what you want to experience? I talk about the vision board challenge, and I challenge you to do that challenge. I challenge you to be in vibrational match and harmony with what it is that you want to experience. In order for it to manifest, before it manifests, you got to feel the feeling of it, right? And I keep feeling the feeling of all the things, including my book, including my health, my relationship. I'm dating to manifest my husband. And it was said today by the person, like I said, well, we'll see, because I've been out on dates, lots of dates. And he said, there you go. Like you tell me to like think and feel like it's like done, to manifest it, but like you're like, we'll see. And I was like, wow, you use my words on me. I'm like, oh. I was quite shocked actually, because I didn't think he was paying that much attention. I was like, oh, it's like that. But I kind of just want to know if that's like the thing. So I'm feeling like a level of impatience, but the girl will be good. I'll fill you in on Relationship Freedom Friday. So how in alignment do you feel with your values in each area of your life? So the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is about your vision, your values, and your vibration, raising your vibration again in order for something to manifest. If something is out of alignment with your values, you're probably not going to move through it in ease, grace, and flow. Do you feel that? Like, for me, the biggest thing for me is contributing in the world, being in service. And if you know me, I talk about this a lot, about list building. I can't help it. I can't help but come back to it. Because when I look back over this last week, what has been transpiring through my light work and my business and getting my business back up and running and connecting with beautiful souls is more and more people are like, yeah, that's not, I want a legacy build. It's like list building is not the one. And I want to give a massive shout out to one of my soul sisters who gave me a beautiful testimonial yesterday. I've shared it, and it's like, oh, that soul guidance, the way that we connected was through that soul guidance. And it's just evident, you know, things that come into your life through that soul guidance feel a little bit magical, feel a little bit like out of the ordinary. It feels really cool. And then before coming on live, another beautiful soul sister, who's amazing, just said to me, and I'm blown away. I am literally blown away by soul guidance for me. I don't know how it feels like for you, but it feels like I'm just guided. I'm nudged to do different things. In this last week, I was like, oh well, I'll start the network for spiritual business, spiritual women entrepreneurs and light workers. I'm like paused from my lives and doing a different thing. So that's had me a little bit out of sorts this week, but in a good way. And then instead of like, because I launched my book, instead of forcing like it's got to be this, it's got to be that, it's like it's not at all. And I just had a DM saying that one of my soul sisters, beautiful soul, so if you watch this, then so much love to you. You know, when you do, we've had a lot of synchronicity throughout this week and beautiful soul conversations, which just fuel me and remind me of why I'm doing my soul work. But this is like, wow. So seeing a testimonial with somebody with my book in their hand that I was guided to write, it's just a bit weird. It really is. I'm an author, but it's like, oh. And so she just said to me that somebody was talking about, a friend, like, you know, a mutual friend on the social was talking about, oh, they wanted to build a YouTube channel and they wanted to do this and they wanted to do that. And she's like, oh, well, this is this book that I've just read and here you go. And she said they've just purchased it and I gave them the YouTube channel. And I'm like, somebody just bought my book, or I have no idea who they are, but I reckon I'm going to get to know. And I know that's normal for like authors, but it is early on my journey for me. Having my book on my vision board and feeling in that soul guidance, like writing it and then putting it out there, and then other people like resonating with it and putting it out there and recommending it. It's like, it's new to me. It's really new to me, but it feels beautiful. It's just those confirmations, you know, from the universe, like that you acknowledge them, that you acknowledge that they're there. Spiritual business success for me feels like all areas of my life, and getting those confirmations, you know, for me, it's already done. But we know it's not really already done. So when it's done in the physical, like vibrationally, I'm in a match to it. But then when I see it in the physical, it's like, oh, it's an extra. It's just really beautiful. I love it. So what's been happening for you this week? How in alignment do you feel with, and again, so that's then the finances, it's a passive income stream. I wrote it once and I'm sitting here waiting for my day impatiently, and like I sold a book. And it's like, well, I didn't sell the book, you know, somebody recommended the book. Well, I technically sold the book. I was like, it's so beautiful. It's just, as a light worker, spreading my light work in the world. I'm not here to work myself into the ground. You know, I've done hours and hours and hours and hours and hours over the years, and now I am ready. I've got ad or something distracting me. Ready to feel in ease, grace, and flow. So the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, we talk about spiritual business success and what that means to you. And again, have it following that soul guidance. So what I want to say is, in order for you to follow that soul guidance and journal out with me, have you done a vision board before? And if you have, how many things have manifested and what have you had to do in order to meet the universe in the middle? A lot of people think that if you just create a vision board and stick pictures on a cork board, that is it. And it may be for some people. Maybe I'm speaking that out, I don't know. But I personally know that my book, in order for me to be an author of a book, I had to do the research for the book, write the book, do all the things with the book. So I want to know where you're meeting the universe in the middle, but you're doing it with, you know, that guidance and that flow. I talk about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy, your day, and your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. So your morning routine, your daytime routine, and your evening routine. How can that feel in more alignment? If it does, great. Let me know what it is. Like that helps you to feel in alignment, or what are the things that you could do to make it feel more in flow? Welcome. So for me, over this last week, I literally had spent most of the week in bed. I literally working on my laptop. I haven't done that for ages, purely because I gave up my home, so I really haven't done that for ages. But I hadn't really used my laptop that much, and I will when I travel, but I haven't. And so I've literally been like cozied up, dressing gown on, in my zone, doing my thing, and building that way. And instead of having the usual routine that I had been building, I was just like, let me go in that cocoon. Do you ever do that sometimes? Know that it's a time and a season or a week or whatever it is to just be in that little cocoon, follow that guidance. I popped out quite a lot of stuff actually after a week, but I didn't do loads, but I did enough to get more clarity in the direction and more nudges and more. For me, spiritual business success feels like those nudges along the way and that guidance, listening to that, even when it doesn't look like it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And coupled with that, over this week, I've been talking to who will be my date, and just having amazing conversations, actually. And you're just not working hard, just chilling and creating and manifesting. There's just been a lot of soul guidance this week for me. And launching my day has looked different. And my daughter's just like, what time are you going out? Everybody keeps asking me and saying, you know, well wishes for my day. I'm like, I kind of wish I hadn't told everybody now. I'm like, all right, no. I'm hoping that it'll go well. I don't feel nervous in my body, but I'm just like, my daughter's like, what time are you going out? She's tracking me on my tracker. All right, so what else? What do we usually cover? Oh, let's do a card. Oh, let's see what the card is for today. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I just want the 2 hours to hurry up. I literally do. Like, I'm normally like really super on point, and I think, yeah, it's just a bit weird because I'm usually really enthusiastic. I'm not enthusiastic, but I'm just like, it's a bit weird. And my friend picked that up, and I didn't know that until she picked it up. So thank you for that awareness. This is Keepers of the Light by Cal Gray. I'm sure you'll know that already. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from, because you're on with me, and I need some love. Thank you for the love already. Let's have a comment. Let's have some engagement. That'd be really nice before I hop off, because I'm literally going to make this a short episode, and then I'm just going to get in the bath and I might soak or read or something. Yeah, I don't feel nerves. I don't feel, it just feels a bit weird. Could actually be meeting my husband. I've said this about 25 times. Like, I've been on, oh, come on, cards. Right, okay, hang on. Spiritual freedom, Saturday. What is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to know? Who's going to come give us some guidance today? I'm the keepers of the light. Ooh, okay. Hey, all right, okay. I haven't had this one for a long time. I think this one was the one that was when I first ever pulled a card, along with the card from my son. Inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Okay, this is for me and this is for you. I'm going to read it. Excuse me. Yeah, give me some love. Give me a comment. Have you commented? No, you haven't. Why are you not commenting? Are you just listening? Who is it? Is that Shiny Love? Let me know. Because your girl needs some love today. Some extra love. If you watch on replay, give your girl some love. It's not very often I ask you guys for that. All right, here. There we go. Can you see? Bridget is a Celtic goddess of Ireland who is closely associated with fire and the time of spring. Usually I'll get a feeling of what the card will be, but I don't know. So let's see. She is the twin flame of Kurnos. I can't say that. You know who I mean. She was so well loved by the Celtic people. It's you. You're multitasking. Oh, I was talking about you earlier. So I'm like feeling a bit weird. I can't wait for just like, I need this date to be like happening. She's so well loved by the Celtic people at the Christianity came to Ireland. She was adopted as a saint of holy wellness and other holy places. Somebody else is on as well. Welcome. When I show the cards, right, people hop on. When I take the card down, then they go. She's a powerful figure who can help us channel our energy into something that is important for our growth. See, they've gone. It's so funny. And she herself has lasted through the ages. She adds longevity to our journey so that we can reach a deep state of wholeness. I feel like, yeah, there's nothing. I don't feel like there's stuff to add. It feels weird. Yeah, that hope, probably. I don't know. You can call on her to bring the sacred flames to burn away anything that's not serving you. Thanks. To bless any new projects you have in mind and for support of fertility. No, thank you. Like, no. I'm not doing that. For you guys, maybe, but not for you, girl. Extended message. Your spiritual fire is growing within. Recognize that the power of your soul is greater than you think. Yes, you have come a long way since you began this journey. I have, and you have, I imagine, and Kalini, you have. This is a powerful force within you, and you have the ability to create wonderful changes in your own life and inspire those around you to do the same. That's beautiful. Be aware of new projects, opportunities, and fertile ideas. Okay, I can take the fertility that way. That can grow into something larger than you may imagine. Call on the fiery goddess Bridget to light the way ahead. Come on, let's bring it. Inner strength. So we were talking about that, weren't we? Inner strength. Cleanie, that inner strength. Well, yeah, we said that yesterday, didn't we? Inner strength. Dude, my daughter's ringing me. She's probably ringing me about my date. Sorry, let it cut off, hopefully. When you know that you shouldn't ring twice, you really should not ring twice. And goodness me. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? All right. I'm going to end this YouTube podcast because my daughter is ringing me. And when my daughter needs me, I need to go. She's probably not going to say something really great, but just in case, I have been on calls when stuff has happened before, so I'm actually gonna hop off. Look at Spiritual Freedom Saturday on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. I will be back next Saturday talking about spiritual freedom, and I'll be in a different energy, in a different space. But thank you for joining me. Big love. Share your gifts, shine your light. Come to the Vision Board Challenge. Come to the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. Come and journal with me. Enjoy this Saturday, and I shall speak to you soon. Share your gifts, shine your light, because you are born to serve. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving. Be blessed in your soul purpose. Big love. Take care.